I love you, James, the producer.
And your creaky stool.
And your Batman socks.
This week's ScubaTube is sponsored by Scuba Diving Etiquette. Hey guys, and welcome to this week's ScubaTube. Now, before we get into the news, we'd like to hear from you, our viewers. Is there anything you would think that we could add or take away from ScubaTube or Weird Wednesday to make the show better?
Yes, me. Get rid of me and replace me with James.
Make it happen. What elements of both shows do you like, and also what don't you like? Let us know in the comments below, just so that we can make it better for you guys,
so
really.
The show's been running for over a year now, and obviously with the two of us, I think it's been about a year. So we want new ideas, anything that we can, just change or bring forward.
Cool. So let's get straight into the news after that. The Great Barrier Reef is in trouble again, believe it or not. Well, we know what you're thinking, guys. Stop talking about coral bleaching. We mention it most weeks.
Every other ScubaTube, or sometimes maybe Weird Wednesday, I think that's where it first stemmed from.
Coral bleaching.
And it's been declared dead how many times now? About 75 million?
Well, believe it or not, this isn't about coral bleaching. Last week, or late last week I should say, a powerful cyclone smashed through the northeast coast of Australia, causing more damage to the Great Barrier Reef.
You can't catch a break.
So scientists had declared that some sections of the dying reef are an underwater wasteland now. And the final nail in the coffin was that the cyclone, which was called Debbie, attacked parts of the reef that haven't been impacted with coral bleaching at all. So pristine coral has now just been destroyed.
Yeah, gone.
Thanks God. The Great Barrier Reef just can't seem to catch a break. Another point of concern is that scientists still aren't sure on the total impact that the cyclone had. So no doubt more bad news is going to be on its way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the largest coral reef in the world, but it seems to get a lot of grief.
Yeah, I mean, it's either humans trying to get rid of it accidentally by climate change or whatever, with a 2-degree temperature change, or just generally Mother Nature going, do you know what, we'll shave it. Well, that good bit, we'll just shave that bit off as well. Yeah. Anyway, whale songs have been turned into codes.
This is cool.
Yeah, so articles have just been released from the US government thanks to Trump. Hey. Yeah. Anyway, they tried to use marine animal sounds to communicate code without their enemies finding out. Whale signs. Yeah, so I've just got an image of the guy flipping the signs now.
Semaphore.
Yeah. Anyway, whale songs and mammal murmurs are very common, obviously, to hear in the oceans, and they can travel vast distances. So what the US wanted to do was to send important codes to blend in with these sounds to obviously other submarines, other boats, or any other structure, that can pick up the signs. The tests were obviously performed by the submariners as they patrolled large areas of ocean. I wonder what that sounds like. Communicate with each other. Yeah, do you reckon just in the microphone's like, what the hell's Barry to us? He's just letting Dave know in the other submarine that the kettle's on. Anyway, the tests gained the nickname the Silent Service and were key to the Americans' nuclear trident. Issues started to arise though when they tried to share information with their allies, because obviously the US knew exactly what kind of radio waves or whatever, they kind of knew the information, and when they tried to tell other people, it didn't go down very well. For instance, radio waves don't actually travel through salt water, and obviously with radars and sonar technology continuing to improve, people are like, well, why do we want to do that when we can use obviously radar and sonar? They also had to surface, so if they were in salt water or if they were in too deep, they actually had to surface to send messages as well. So that kind of defies the point of a submarine. Yeah. Hold on, I need to tell Dave that the kettle is on and the eggs are boiled. Let's surface in the middle of nowhere. Oh look, what are these Russians pointing these Basically, in a nutshell, it was a good idea, but unfortunately, the cons definitely outweighed the pros.
Hey, so the Chinese fishermen are at it again, I'm afraid. Chinese fishermen have been caught gutting and selling baby dolphins on the streets.
So you get you see, you go to America, they've got their food trucks and all that
hot dog stands.
Yeah. In China, they have
just gutting dolphins.
Stands. Yeah.
So these images were too disturbing, so we're not going to put them up.
Horrible.
Please don't search for them neither. They're horrible.
They are.
Basically, 3 fishermen were filmed and pictured gutting a white dolphin, which in China has been called the panda of the sea, but they still kill it.
Yeah, so it's got a cute name. We must kill them all.
On the 29th of March, the fishermen saw the dolphin in the water. They pulled it out and started to gut it and sell parts to the highest bidder. Lovely. The remains of the dolphins were seized by the Marine and Agricultural Bureau, and an investigation has started.
Yeah, I thought that would stand with you big long words.
Yeah. The dolphin in question is on China's wild animal protection list.
They actually have a dolphin wild protection. That shocked me as well. So they actually have a list to protect these things, considering they don't like them.
There are only about 2,500 left in the world, but the fishermen are still happy to just catch them, pull them out, pull them apart, and sell them.
What's really weird, I didn't put in there when I was kind of researching it, is that apparently, according to obviously the investigation, the fishermen found it floating in the water. It's just like, really? Yeah, no. Floating alive in the water, and then you
came up to breathe.
Yeah, and then you was like, oh, thanks. Yeah, it's horrible. Anyway, let's go deeper than ever before. So in Shanghai, a group of divers are developing saturation dive. What?
Saturation dive.
Yeah, why couldn't I not say that? Anyway, to enable divers to, dive depths of around about 500 meters and stay down there for a long time as well, so they can do basically work. This tech is crucial for China's deep sea exploration. At the moment, at this time, China's deepest saturation record is 300 meters. Obviously, the US and France can go down to the depths of 500 meters and further. So China is using it as a benchmark, which obviously they aim to beat. And 9 times out of 10, it seems Western culture, we do something for 10, 15 years to get to where we are, and it takes about China 10 years to do it and then completely smash us with it. So, it would not surprise me within a couple of years' time that they'll be going 1,000 meters or something crazy like that. Anyway, so deep sea salvage is a big business. It's big business in China, and obviously they want to become the world leaders at it. So far, they've cleared over 20,000 tons of underwater oil pollution. They have cleared well over 1,000 wrecks and have saved many lives along the way. As I say, it's a cool thing from a pollution thing. I think it's going to be interesting, obviously, where it comes to waters and obviously war graves, because obviously not in China, but obviously in Indonesia and stuff. A lot of these salvage guys are like, oh, that's a nice wreck.
They just take it.
Yeah, they just take it. So, but apparently a lot of the Chinese firms at the moment, they use obviously basically US and French companies. So they're just trying to bring it back to all of them. So good luck to them.
Okay, and in other news, scuba diving is giving a new lease of life. So Caitlin Moffat has Friedreich's ataxia, which is a disorder that slowly damages a person's nervous system, meaning that they lose control of their arms and legs and causes muscles to wither. So Caitlin started showing symptoms at an age of 8, and by 18 she was already in a wheelchair. But by the young age of 27, she strapped on some scuba gear and dived into a pool, and guess what? She's already got her first diving certificate. So great news. In June, Caitlin and 10 other divers with disabilities are going on a week-long adventure diving in the Caribbean, or more precisely in Cayman Brac. So whilst doing her training, she noticed how amazing it felt not being bound by a wheelchair and how free the entire experience was and is. Caitlin now works for the Dive Pirates, which is a non-profit that helps people with disabilities discover freedom in the water. We'll put a link below if you want to see what they're all about. We're seeing a lot more of these kind of charities and companies. I helped a few disabled divers get into the water and just sort of try it out. It's really up and coming.
I think it is absolutely and utterly amazing. Just what Caitlin said there, being bound in a chair from the age of 18. Not having, the thing is, being land lovers, you're restricted so heavily, but as soon as you go underwater, it's a whole completely different life. I think it's fantastic. It really is fantastic.
More and more, and even technology is catching up. I've even seen a prosthetic leg that has a built-in swim fin, so that you can fin properly even with one leg.
It's brilliant. I think that's the greatest thing about scuba diving. As long as it's done safely and securely, there should be no restrictions, no matter what sort of disability you've got, obviously within reason. You should be allowed to go into the pool and or in the ocean and
I've even heard stories of a blind diver being led around by her sister, who was an instructor. Of course, didn't see anything, but she was just talking about just the sensation of being underwater.
With blind people, their senses heighten around other things. So, yeah, it would be, I just had an image though of a scuba diver with a golden retriever with a little dive, and that would be cool.
There are swimming dogs and cats with the big helmet. Yeah. So we just want to say a massive congrats to Caitlin for getting her certificate, and hope she enjoys the Caribbean.
No, she's gonna hate it. It's horrible there. Ugh.
Hot and just white sand.
Oh, it's disgusting. Where's the murky green water, the rain, the cold starts to coffee in the morning, the fat scuba divers getting into their wet. That's what you need. British dives, guys. Don't bother about the Caribbean. Anyway, Japanese are at it again, Mark. So a Japanese fleet have returned to port with 333 whale carcasses, which they harpooned in the Antarctic Ocean. So this comes at a time that commercial whale hunting is banned, and obviously this has annoyed just a little bit the actual animal welfare groups. So why did they ban? Obviously, why did they defy the ban, should I say, and why have they outraged animal rights groups? Well, it's because basically, as I think you're allowed an allotted amount of whale hunting if you do a thing called research.
Yeah.
If it's for research purposes, you're legally allowed to do it. So I hear you screaming right now, what is the research? Well, the research is to improve commercial whaling, even though it's illegal.
It's crazy.
So 333 carcasses, like whales, died for research purposes, just to test
for something they can't even do.
Yeah, it's absolutely stupid. So the fleet is away for 4 months killing whales, and when it gets back, when the boat docks, there's actually a massive homecoming ceremony which can be attended by about 200 people. So there's more dead whales than there actually are people going to this thing. Obviously the rest of the world is trying to stop this from happening, but each year since 1986 the Japanese fleets have defied the law. They're refusing basically obviously the ban, and obviously they're claiming it as research even though we all know it's not, and they're just going out anyway. What's even worse is that there are plenty of humane ways to killing animals, but the ways that they kill the animal and these poor whales is actually with harpoons. So it's slow, it's suffering, and it's just generally horrible. It's not in an instant. So it's, again, I think it's based on the traditions that the Japanese have. We all know that they have traditions which you've got to respect, but there are things where technology and time mean you shouldn't really be doing that. I mean, they shouldn't be doing this anyway. It's absolutely disgusting. It's annoying me, Mark.
Hey, but let's lighten the mood a little bit and take a look at some YouTube clips. Quickly change from killing whales. So the first clip is from YouTuber Scuba Cruiser X2, or Scuba Cruiser times 2.
So Scuba Cruiser.
So this is it's a short 43-second clip of him diving in an aeroplane in Aruba. Again, like most dive videos, it's really nicely shot. It's good to see a video that doesn't actually have the obligatory turtle. They all seem to have turtles.
Every single one has, even someone sporting a turtle on their t-shirt this episode. Anyway, the second clip is from YouTuber Fishing with Louisa. I don't know why I can't say that. I think it's just the Z. It really puts me off. Anyway, in this video, they're diving crystal clear waters at the Roatán, Honduras. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Honduras.
Honduras. The footage is awesome. It ticks all the scuba diving boxes, you know. Clear waters, beautifully shot, very nice soundtrack, and guess what? As a turtle in it. But it's lovely. It's a really good video.
So that's it for this week's Scuba Tubes. Thanks for watching, guys, and safe diving.